Hi, we're Ravalana D. Mikas with the forecast for July 2025. So if you don't have your calendar, you can still get one at planetarycalendar.com. And of course, you're watching this on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that bell and subscribe, and you'll get notifications every time we post something. And now we get another 5-day week here.
Yes.
From July 27th to the 31st. And it looks like sort of the calm after the storm until we get to that ugly void, of course, on the 30th. But the first day with that Jupiter sextile the moon in Virgo.
Nice and easy.
That sounds really nice. That
Very
sounds like
pleasant.
a nice, to me, it sounds like a nice family day.
Oh, very much family.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, July generally tends to be a family month anyway. But
And then on the 28th and 29th, don't forget, we've got the Delta Aquarid meteor showers.
Yep.
And they're always fun.
Exactly. So, and what's happening on the Monday? There's not a lot of aspects. It's all lunar aspects. A little conjunction to Mars between the moon. It's going to be the Virgo moon all day long until late in the evening when it's going to go into Libra. So pretty much a Virgo moon, which means Tuesday is going to have Libra moon all day. Libra's really the second day on Tuesday is really the more active day. There's a lot of lunar aspects going on, both helpful and challenging. So figure that's going to be socially a very kind of active day. And then there's also a sun sextile moon, which tends to be felt very personally. So these are kind of very good for like personal interaction. You could get a lot done, but it's going to be a bunch of work.
Right. And the 29th has a lot of lunar aspects going on there.
Right, exactly.
Again, they're mostly to the outer planets or the bridge planets with Saturn and Jupiter, both below the number. And Mercury is really the only personal planet that's involved in that.
Yeah, exactly. And then on it's funny, one of the two letters on the day are the 30th and the 31st. On the 30th is, it's a long void, of course. It started on the 29th, it ends on the 31st. It's one of those guys. And it's in the sign of Libra. Thanks a lot, because, Libra already has a hard enough time making up its mind. It's got to consider all the different factors, this and that. It's like watching a scale settle. There's no rushing it. You can't reach out and get it to work faster. It's still going to take just as long as it's going to take. And then you have a void, of course, which means that you're not getting strong input in terms of which direction you should go. Now, you get shocks of it during the day, during a void, of course, because whenever a planet is usually at the rising or at the midheaven in terms of the transit, it picks up a lot of leverage and suddenly can start directing the day. So you might go through the day feeling like a kind of, without a direction,
odds,
and
right.
suddenly you get like an hour's worth of period of time when Mercury passes over the midheaven and you start getting all your emails done.
Well, and again, this is a day for a list.
Yes.
Because there's really not a lot of tangible help for you to hang your hat on.
But it's helpful to know.
And the turbulence of Venus changing sign
Yes.
is something that adds a lot more distraction to that day. So I think that the key word for this day is distracted.
Yeah, it's going to be distracted. But realize that, with the void, of course, moons, you shouldn't write them off, but realize that it's kind of helpful to keep track of what the planets are doing during the day, because that when they get these angular positions, also to the descendant into the IC, that you will get an impetus. You'll get a kind of a little push to go in a particular direction.
Well, and this void in Libra, meditate a little bit on finding the balance in your life.
Exactly.
What's out of balance in your life. Take at least a little bit of time to sort of reflect on something during this void, of course, so that when the moon goes direct again, you can have that emotional baggage behind you.
It's helpful to understand that having the void, of course, moon is a little bit like you went out shopping. You had a number of errands to do, and you got to a certain point, and you got one errand done, and your next one is an appointment, and it's like 2 hours later, and you're caught there without a particular direction. It's very much like that type of thing. Now, if it's in one of the signs of Jupiter or the moon, it means that this is happening downtown near all the shops and you have money in your pocket.
I was going to say, you passed by the jewelry store and you forgot about the appointment, you know?
Yeah, because it means, you're kind of
Or
self-motivated.
the bakery.
Exactly. You can indulge yourself. You can, and that's why those positions are so important.
And that's where you get yourself in trouble with the jewelry and the bakery.
Well, it's
Right.
Trouble. I mean, it's good trouble. It's not necessarily bad trouble. But the void of course, when you have to, that's why they always say that those particular positions are so strong, because the moon's so empowered in those signs.
Well, you go off course.
Yeah.
It's very literal. You just go off course.
Yeah, but one of those
So
signs,
set your course.
in those signs, you're making your own course. The moon's making her own course.
All right.
You know?
He likes to justify that.
No, that's how it acts. That's how it behaves itself.
You're right.
I mean, that's just the way it is. Now, finally on the Thursday for this month, the 31st, you're going to have the moon's going to change sign into the sign of the eagle, aka Scorpio, at 10:24 a.m. So you're going to feel a real shift in the day. I know I'm using the signs, the original names of the signs a lot. We just published our book, Reclaiming Astrology from the Patriarchy, the story of the stolen zodiac begins. So this thing is like all over my brain in my life right now, our lives.
Well, and we're hoping to sort of just add that dimension to your bag of tricks, because it gives you a better understanding and really heals a few wounds from
Yeah,
people
very much.
born in certain signs and
few wounds.
that have had a, sort of a poor connotation.
17 years of scarring. Jeez, I feel a little strongly about this, obviously.
17?
1,700 years.
Oh, you said 17.
1,700 years of, yeah. Now, finally on the Thursday, the Mercury is retrograde now. It's backing up into the sun. You may feel like your nervous system is a little fried, especially.
Is that what you wrote?
Yes.
You wrote a good thing.
Yeah. What did I write? I wrote something.
Pithy. Something.
Mercury
That's
retrograde is
what P
conjunct the
stands
sun.
for.
So don't be surprised if your nervous system feels a little overwhelmed. Don't overwork it, especially if you have Mercury in Leo or Mercury in Aquarius and those guys. You could really feel like you just burned out a little bit. So take it easy. Take it easy. So that's
Be
pretty
kind
much,
to yourself.
That's pretty much the weeks for this month.
That's July.
That's July.
Wraps it up.
Yep.
So if you still need a 2025 calendar, we have a few left, but really what's going like hotcakes are the 2026s. We hope to be delivering them by now. And pre-orders get a free digital calendar.
Yes. A little bonus.
So come see us at planetarycalendar.com. And you're already on our YouTube channel, Planetary Calendar Astrology. Send your friends over. Hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Hit the bell.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
See you next month.